The baby elephant waiting for someone to adopt him. It's been nearly 20 years since this elephant named Sunye was found stranded and alone in the wild in Africa. She was just a newborn then, sadly orphaned after becoming separated from her mother. But thankfully, Sunye wasn't without a parent's love and care for long. Sunye was rescued with the help of the Sheldrick Wildlife Trust in Kenya. It was there she first met Benjamin, head keeper at the Trust's nursery, who fills the role of mom to orphaned elephants like her. He organizes the day-to-day care and welfare of the orphans, ultimately making sure they're always happy and healthy. Rob Brandford, executive director of the Sheldrick Wildlife Trust, told the Dodo. Under Benjamin's care, Sunye grew up happy and healthy, learning from him and other keepers the ins and outs of being an elephant. In 2009, Sunye left her caretakers at the Trust to strike out on her own, but despite living free, Benjamin never left Sunye's heart. While it might have been more than a decade since Sunye chose to return to the wild, it seems she has never forgotten the kindness that was shown to her, Brandford said. Never has that been more clear than when Sunye decided to emerge from the wild to pay Benjamin a visit, bringing along her own baby to meet the man who raised her. That a fully grown wild-living elephant had the desire to introduce a new baby that very same morning to the human family that raised her speaks volumes about their intelligence and their sense of family. We can think of no other reason than she returned to a place of safety to show off her new baby to her keepers, with whom she still maintains close bonds, Brandford said. This wasn't Sunye's first visit and hasn't been her last. Since the reunion above, she's been back to see them several more times, allowing her adoptive parents a chance to watch her baby grow up. Ultimately, their work saving and raising Sunye made that new generation possible, and she seems to know it. Though Sunye has grown up calling Benjamin and our keepers her family, even so, any interactions her keepers enjoy with her are always on her terms, Brandford said. That's what makes this moment so very special, that she chose to share this moment with Benjamin and trusted him to do so. This was a warming reunion. An 11-year custody battle for an elephant named Tara recently ended at the Tennessee Supreme Court. Tara is back with Carol Buckley, the animal's original caretaker and owner, who first met Tara in 1974 when the elephant was an 800-pound baby. She's home, safe, under my care again, and forever this time, Buckley tells People. Before their recent reunion, Buckley and her 8-foot-tall, 9,500-pound elephant had only seen each other twice since 2010, the year Buckley was fired by the board of the Elephant Sanctuary in Hohenwald, Tennessee, which Buckley co-founded in 1995. At the time, Buckley convinced herself that somehow she would be reinstated, but wasn't. Several months later, she filed her suit for visitation with Tara, which later changed to custody after most of the elephant caretakers she knew left the sanctuary. This November, legal appeals by the Elephant Sanctuary were exhausted, and the High Court confirmed Buckley as the rightful owner of Tara, who Buckley reunited with on November 18th. On that day, 47-year-old Tara was loaded onto a trailer so Buckley could drive her to her new home, Elephant Refuge North America, that Buckley had since founded on 850 lush acres in Attapulgos, Georgia. Tara didn't immediately respond to Buckley. The sanctuary staff took 4 hours to load the elephant on the trailer, and Buckley says Tara was distressed and enraged. She would be dangerous if she didn't recognize me, Buckley shares. I needed to be careful. On that 10-hour drive, I was making my plan of what I would do and how I would do it. They arrived at Elephant Refuge North America at 11 p.m. Buckley opened the gate on Tara's trailer a little bit and moved away to an area where she could get to safety if needed. Tara pushed the trailer door all the way open. As she took a couple of steps down, I said, "Hey, hun, it's me, you're home now." And she looked at me, her eyes popped, and she just started talking her Tara talk. Buckley describes the moment of Tara's homecoming. She comes down the ramp, looks around, she's smelling, she comes over to me and I say, "Honey, you can't touch me yet because I'm afraid. I saw how you looked 10 hours ago. You look like a monster and you gotta give me a minute to accept that this is not dangerous." Buckley walked into the elephant's new habitat and Tara followed her. They went over to Great Bo, another elephant in the sanctuary standing behind his fence. He reached his trunk over to Tara. They're both talking together and I'm standing 5 feet away. She turns to me and she gives me this big old Tara smile with big eyes, and she raises her trunk out like an arm around my waist. She pulls me to her chest and she just starts rumbling like a cat purr. And I just start crying because this is it. This is my Tara. Everything's fine, our relationship's not damaged. This is really good, Buckley adds at the moment. At that point, all is forgiven, she says of the protracted legal battle. None of that matters. She's home with me, she's got a dog here that loves her, and Bowie's such a gentleman, he's easy with her. The whole thing is just magic. The two elephants have become buddies, and others can delight in their friendship by watching the refuge Elecam. Tara and Buckley's story started when Buckley was an 18-year-old freshman at Moorpark College Exotic Animal Training and Management in Moorpark, California.